Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've just filmed this look. This is a very simple brown smoky eye. I've got two lip options in here for those of you who are indecisive like me. So this is very simple, as I say, definitely for beginners. So if you want to see how to achieve it, just keep watching. Hey, so I've already got my brows on as per usual. We all know that I can't do my brows on camera. So I'm just taking this NYX jumbo pencil in the shade Yoghurt and using that as an eyeshadow base. So I'm just putting that all over my lid, just up to the crease, and also underneath my eyes on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush and just blend that out nice and lightly. If only blending was as fast in real life as it is on this video where I've sped it up, wouldn't life be great? So now, in just a second, I am going to take my Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. So the first shade I am going to take is called Substitute for Love, which is a beautiful transition shade for your crease. So again, I'm just taking that on a nice fluffy blending brush and just running that lightly from the outer corner, moving into the inner corner. You don't want to take it too far into the inner corner, just nice and light. And then I'll also be taking that on my lower lash line as well. Such a pretty palette. The next shade I'm going to take is called Subtle Blend, and I'm using that all over my lids, just with any flat brush. Mine is from Zoeva, I do believe, but any flat brush will do, and just drag it down from the crease all over the lid, build it up nicely. Also put it on the lower lash line as well, just to smoke it out. Oh, apparently we're blending first, so just blend it through with that same fluffy brush. It's so weird doing a voiceover, I'm not going to lie guys, I don't know if I like it. I actually think it will work really well, I hope it works really well. Just thinking out loud here. There we go, now I'll put it on that lower lash line. Oh dear, I'm sure I'll get better at this. So next I am taking the shade Beans Are White, which is such a random name, and I'm just taking it on this little round brush, and I am just going to put this on the upper lash line, so almost where you would put eyeliner. I didn't want to do eyeliner for this look just because I wanted it to be really simple, and I know a lot of people struggle with eyeliner, so this gives that nice smoked out effect without the hassle of eyeliner. How many times can I say eyeliner? What a nightmare. And again, I'm also going to run that along the bottom, just keep it nice and dark and smoky. This is going to be a really glam look. Well, I think it's a really glam look. I hope you agree. So I'm now just going to put my lashes on really quickly. Kiss your palette, because it's beautiful. No, we're not doing lashes just yet. For God's sake, I'll get a grip. We are going to put some eyeliner in the waterlines, the upper and the lower waterline. A lot of people struggle with the upper waterline and it is difficult, so if you get tempted, just be careful. Do not try and do it as fast as it's been done in this video where I've sped it up. Just be nice and chill with it. Take your time. Give your eyes a break. Now I am going to disappear for 2 seconds while I put some lashes on, and I'm using the Ardell Demi Wispies for anybody who's wondering. Apparently I also zhuzhed up my hair in this time, and I'm pretending I'm in an Instagram makeup tutorial. Casually. So I'm just going to clip my hair back off my face, just because if not I'll end up with foundation all over it, and that's not what we want. So the first step is to take the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist, add some extra moisture to your face. Then we are going to take some moisturiser. Again, this is from Tarte. This is the Drink of H20 moisturiser, which is actually my favourite moisturiser to use under makeup. I actually still use my Lizelle moisturiser, just regularly, but for underneath makeup, this is just so nice and light, and it's just beautiful, basically. Do a little dance. Then we're going to take some primer. I am using the Too Faced Hangover RX, Hangover X, whatever you want to call it, which is so beautiful, and it honestly smells so good. What a laugh. Now I'm using the NYX HD Concealer in the shade CW03. I always forget that that is broken. And I'm just using this shade to colour correct under my eyes where I have some dark pigmentation. So I'm just putting that on there and down the bridges and the sides of my nose, apparently. I'm just taking a big fluffy brush, again, like an eyeshadow brush, any brush that you've got really, and just blending that out nicely. Get rid of that dark pigmentation. I am not a fan. Not a fan. No. Now I'm taking my Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation. I have been loving this foundation, so I'm just going to put a blob on the back of my hand. Blob is such a funny word. And I'm just going to rub it into my face in sections, apply it with my fingers initially, and then blend it out with my black beauty blender. And for me, the black beauty blender is the best one for blending out foundation. I love the pink one as well, but more so for concealer. And I wasn't really impressed with the nude one. I felt like it just picked the foundation off of my face. But do let me know what you think of the different shades of beauty blender, because I am interested. Maybe I just got a dodgy nude one. Who knows? So, now that we've pulled another face, moving on to more NYX HD Concealer, but this is in the shade CW01. So I'm just using this to highlight underneath of my eyes and down the bridge of my nose. You can also highlight your forehead and your chin. You don't have to do your nose. It's completely optional. I just don't do my forehead because my forehead's big enough already and it doesn't need highlighting. Pun intended. And then I'm just taking a small geofibre brush just to blend that out nice and loosely. Just trying not to take any of the product away, any of the brightness away, and then just with a pink beauty blender, I'm just dabbing that out just to make sure that there's no harsh lines on my face or any unblended bits. Just gives a really perfect finish. You get me? And now we're just going to set that very loosely. This is a NARS LooseTranslucent setting powder. You can use any setting powder, and you can like bake heavy under your eyes, but I prefer to keep that area nice and light. And also just set any oily areas like your chin, your forehead, your nose, your T-zone basically. To contour, I am using this NARS Multiple. I can never pronounce the name of this, so I'll leave it in the bottom bar. So I'm just warming the product up on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to take a contour brush, rub it in that product. So what I do is like to drag it across where my cheekbone is, just make a nice defined line. Once you've got that definition that you're going for, start to blend it upwards. Don't just leave it as an unblended line. That is not a good look, girl. And you don't need a lot of products on here. It's really pigmented, so, you know, just pick up a little bit for each cheek and just get it going. And then also put a little bit on your forehead. Make that forehead look smaller. Make that 5-headed forehead. You know what I mean? And a bit on your chin, because, you know, same. Now I'm just going to bronze up with my NARS Laguna bronzer. I like adding this a little bit on my cheeks, but I like adding more on my forehead just because I get a really oily forehead. I prefer to set that and contour that with powder as opposed to with less, like with more cream. So a little bit of cream on there and more powder, and then more cream on my cheeks and less powder, if that makes sense. And I'm just using a NARS blush in me first. It's my favourite blush at the minute. It's so pretty and like peachy and it's just gorgeous basically. I'm a huge fan. Smile. And don't hold your palette in a weird way. You're going to drop it and break it. Don't do what I nearly did, kids. Then we are just going to bake. So again, going in with that NARS translucent setting powder. Baking is a completely optional step. It's just something that I like to do. Have done for a while, and just leave it on for as long as you want. And while you are baking, I have going to highlight. So I've taken the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow, which is my favourite highlighter right now. It might be my favourite highlighter ever. That's such a big statement to make, but that's how I feel right now about it. It just gives you a really nice, subtle glow from within. I'm all about that. So I do my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, like above the brow bone, and then I take a clean eyeshadow fluffy blending brush and just put a little bit on my actual brow bone. Not a lot, but just enough to kind of do something with that empty space, because I have got huge eyelids. Like, all of that space between my eye and my brow is ridiculous. And then I'm just going back in with the shade Beans Are White and deepening up that colour where I've put lashes on, just kind of going over the lash band. Yes. So now I'm just going to wipe off that bake with a big fluffy brush. Just wiping off that excess powder. At this point it had been on for about 10 minutes, so that's generally the amount of time I leave it on for, maybe a bit more. And then I'm just taking a big geofibre stipple brush and just making sure there's no harsh lines on your face, blending everything together. I love that brush. Then I'm going to set with the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And we're going to add some mascara. I always add mascara after setting spray, just because I don't want my mascara to run all over my face. So just blend your natural lashes in with the falsies and put some on your lower lash line as well. Now I have two lip options for you. So the first one is a nude one. So this is Gerard Cosmetics Nude Lip Liner. The Gerard Cosmetics lip liners are insane. They are such good quality. I would highly recommend them. And then on top of this lip liner, I am just going to take Kat Von D's Lolita liquid lipstick, which is one of my favourite nudes. It's like a deeper nude. I don't really know how you would describe this shade, but I know that it's a very popular shade and I understand why, because it just looks so beautiful. And the formula on these liquid lipsticks are insane. Like, high-end liquid lipsticks, as far as they go, this is definitely one of the best, in my opinion. And it's so accessible in the UK now with Debenhams, so get on that. How posy, seriously. And then for lip option number 2, we're going in with red lips. So this is a NYX lip liner in the shade Red Door, I do believe. Again, the NYX liners, you cannot go wrong with them. They are so cheap, and because NYX is available in Boots now, and I think it's available on ASOS as well, they're so accessible. So if you're looking for good lip liners, get on that, girl. You know you need it. And then on top of that red, I am going to take this Buxom lipstick in the shade Classified Crimson. This Buxom red has become one of my favourites ever. I am obsessed with it. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini tutorial. I will get better at these, and I will see you guys next time. Let me know what you think.